It's good morning, Amy Faulkner. Welcome to Yellow Shelf.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it is my pleasure, Amy. I love the yellow t-shirt, but
Of
that's the
course, of
colors of your
course.
world too. How could I not have you on the show? Your podcast show is called Really Good Conversations. I love this podcast. Tell the audience all about it.
Thank you so much. Well, yes, it launched in 2023 and it's, sparked off our card game, which is also called Really Good Conversations, and all about having people having more interesting, meaningful conversations. So the guests that we have on the podcast range from fellow product-based business owners, entrepreneurs, experts, and thought leaders. So across different genres, and very much diving behind the curtain of their journey, perhaps their business journey or life journey, and why they do what they do and how they do it. Very much to if you've got perhaps an idea or thinking of making a change in your life, that it's give it a go, really.
Yeah. And Amy, tell us a bit about you. And you mentioned on the back end of the cards, in, creating a podcast, becoming a podcast host.
Mm.
For some that, it feels like a leap, but tell us about that journey for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly nothing I had necessarily planned to do or envisaged myself as doing. But it came off the back of when we had done a trade show for the cards. So we launched the Really Good Conversation cards in late 2022, and we did a trade show in London in 2023 when we were back in the UK for an 18-month stint. And I just got chatting to so many interesting people at
Yeah.
the trade show, and just other people who had created a product, created a brand, and they were just giving it a go. And at the time, my little one was probably just over 1 years old. And I thought, I can't really get out meeting people right now. I can't really be attending events or going places on an evening. And I thought, if I start a podcast, I could invite these people I met at the trade show to dive a little deeper, because obviously they're at the live event, everybody's running around a little bit. And that's how it started. And a bit of, I guess, opportunity for me to learn from other people in the industry, other, entrepreneurs, and understand their, trials, tribulations, mistakes, and aha moments. So it was, yeah, 2023. I then thought, right, well, let's go, let's give it a
Well,
go.
well done. And look, you're more than 60 episodes in. I
Yeah.
think going back, I'd encourage people to go back through your vault. Loads of
Mhm.
fabulous, interesting guests. One of my favorites to listen to in the lead up to this chat was your 1 year anniversary of podcasting
Ah,
episode. It was good to kind of learn that journey from you.
Absolutely. And I think, whilst the episodes are predominantly other guests, at different stages, we've given a bit of an insight into, yeah, like we
Yeah.
launched a Kickstarter for one of our products. So we talked about that Kickstarter journey. Then, yes, reaching that 1 year milestone,
Yeah.
it was a lot of effort, because we've
Sure.
been living in Australia, in Sydney, since 2013,
Yeah.
but we have been going back and forth to
Yeah.
the UK. So in that first year, we were actually traveling as well. We
Yeah.
were back and forth in the UK, over to Australia. So my setup was nothing pro, nothing premium. And, I'd perhaps be in my mother-in-law's spare bedroom having to jump on and record a guest. And
Yeah.
same then when we were, visiting a friend's house. But I got it in my head that once I'd committed to doing this,
Hmm.
it was keeping it going.
Yeah.
And I intentionally decided that the episodes would be bi-weekly,
Sure.
not weekly,
Yeah.
because I thought, one, I often don't have time to keep
Sure.
up with some podcasts that I enjoy, because a week vanishes
Yeah.
before I get chance to listen. But I thought, if I do it bi-weekly, it becomes manageable. I'm not chasing my tail
Yeah.
too much. And then the ideal was also to keep them relatively bite-sized episodes. So again, now I'm in, the era of motherhood, is I don't have time for the really
Yeah.
long walks I used to have, and listen. So yeah, certainly I've built it in a way that's
Yeah.
been manageable to keep it going. And don't get me wrong, there's been times where I'm like, oh, no one's going to notice if it doesn't go out on Tuesday, if we're
Yeah.
away or something like
Yes.
that. And I'm like, no, no. Because I'm like,
Deliver. Yep.
as soon as I let it slip,
Yeah.
then you'll get into that
Yeah.
habit.
Yeah. Consistency. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Amy, if we're curious, we're watching anywhere around the world, you have a fabulous website. Point us in the direction of how we connect with you. I think you and I connected on LinkedIn as well.
Yeah.
Point us in the direction of the Really Good Conversation podcast and where we go. I'll put it in the show notes.
Fantastic. So we do have the podcast on our actual website, which is www.reallygoodconversations.com. So I've got a page dedicated to the website, and then it is available across, your all your various podcast channels, Apple, Spotify, etc. We're on Instagram as well, and that is where I share updates and little nuggets and snippets. And as you mentioned, LinkedIn. So we have both a LinkedIn page for me personally. So feel free
Yeah.
to say
Can,
hello, connect,
yeah,
reach out. And we have a business page for the LinkedIn for really good
sure.
conversations too.
So good. Amy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for
I have
having me.
really enjoyed this one. This is good.
As you know, I love a conversation. I do love a chat, so always open to it.
No worries. Amy, take care.
Bye
Cheers.
bye.